Hey guys, what's up? It's Carl here, back with another episode, and we've got a bit of an exclusive today, but just wanted to start off this video by hoping everyone is staying safe, staying healthy. We're just going through some pretty crazy times right now, but if you were tuned into the internet at all the past couple days, you'll know that Apple just dropped and released their brand new MacBook Air. So this is their 2020 model. We also got updates to the iPad Pro and a bit more silently, the Mac Mini. So all those are coming into the studio, so make sure you stay posted. But today is all around the unboxing of the MacBook Air. We've got some pretty big updates. It hasn't changed aesthetically. Most of the internals are changing, but let's get this out of the lovely packaging and do a full setup of this. So this year around, I did grab it in good old space gray. And you can see on the top of the box, MacBook Air, and of course the silhouette of the MacBook. It has that classic wedge-shaped design, so it keeps the weight nice and low. So right on top, we've got the good old space gray MacBook Air, and to the side, it's a very classic MacBook unboxing. So designed by Apple in California, my always clue, designed by California in Apple. Inside of the box, we've got user manuals, warranty info, and of course, space gray stickers. If you do grab it in different colors, so if you get gold stickers, space gray stickers, etc. And lastly, we've got USB-C charging brick and the USB-C cable. Very nice, very simple. This is standard Apple stuff. Let's get that out of the way. And the last thing is, of course, taking off the plastic. And as we open this up, take that off, this should now magically start loading. The setup process of Apple products is usually one of the most simple. Couple clicks later, we've got the MacBook Air up and running. And the biggest changes coming this year around, I think, are the price. It now starts at a lower entry point at $999. So that makes it a lot more accessible to more people. With that, you grab the Core i3. It is the 10th gen of Intel Core processors. I would recommend getting at least the i5 or the i7. Apple does claim you get 2 times the performance, but unfortunately, it still starts off at 8 gigs of RAM. I would love to see 16 gigs as the standard. The higher end model, you'll get a quad core, and you can spec that with either an i5 or an i7. We also have double the storage this year around, and I don't really think it's too big of a spec bump. You now get 256 gigs. 128 was just getting absolutely ridiculous in 2020. I think still 512 should be the bare minimum, but at least we have cloud services. You can stick things on Dropbox, iCloud, whichever service you pay for, or even an external hard drive. I don't think that's too big of the issue here. We also have the new Intel Iris Plus graphics, which gives it an 80% bump up from the previous gen. I wouldn't say MacBook Airs are suited for, say, crunching 4K video, doing too many intensive things. I did bring my previous gen with me on my trip to the Philippines. I edited my videos. I only shot in 1080p, and the timelines were kind of bogging down. These devices are really meant for productivity, whether you're just banging out emails, you're surfing the net, doing media consumption, normal day-to-day stuff that I think most people will be looking at. I recommend the MacBook Air to around 85% of people out there. It's Apple's best-selling laptop, and obviously it should be. It's the entry-level model. Not everyone needs a high-end spec $5,000 MacBook Pro. The big changes are also coming to the keyboard, and that was a no-brainer from Apple. We saw that on the 16-inch MacBook Pro. We've moved away from the butterfly switches. If I actually grab my previous gen, you can see that they are almost physically identical. We've still got the 13.3-inch Retina display, that's 2560 by 1600. The 2 USB-C ports on one side, followed by the headphone jack. I would honestly love to see one on either side. I think it makes it a bit easier for peripherals and charging. That's just personal preference. Same great Force Touch trackpad, and the key switches are the big things that you'll notice. A few minor differences between the arrow keys. We have the hard escape button over on the new gen. That was the same as the 16-inch MacBook Pro. We've still got Touch ID, but the typing experience should now be way better, and it's the same as the Magic Keyboard, say, over on my iMac Pro. And the keyboard was probably my only criticism of my older MacBook Air. It got stuck maybe 2 times last year. This is my main work device, so this is the new upgrade. I'm excited to bring this into the office. I think it's perfect for day-to-day use. Just like on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, we've got a couple updates to the speakers, which make it sound better. We also have the 3-array mic, so when you are doing audio recording, you're chatting with anyone on FaceTime, it will sound way better from last gen. And that's pretty much all of the internal differences. If I was to spec mine, I would still lean towards the baseline. I think you can get by. Do get 16 gigs of RAM. It's the best option. You cannot upgrade after the fact. That to me is a no-brainer. And if you can afford the quad core, the i5, that's fine. Stay away from the i7. You can get by on 256. Like I said, just get an external hard drive, get some storage on the cloud. And yeah, that has kind of been my unboxing and setup of the brand new 2020 MacBook Air. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Are you guys eyeing to get the Air, or will you wait for that rumored 14-inch MacBook Pro? I know a lot of you will be torn between devices, but once that does launch, you can expect comparisons. I'll be doing my full review, and as I said, I recommend the MacBook Air to most people out there. I think it's a great little device. They keep it nice and lightweight with the wedge design. We will now see a difference in the 14-inch, which has a thicker form factor, obviously larger display. And I honestly think the hardest choice for people will be to get a dedicated laptop, the MacBook Air, or that new iPad Pro. Video is incoming, so stay posted to the feed. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch the rest of you in one of my next ones or one of my vlogs. Peace, stay safe.